Hello there! Here in Japan, within the span of 1 month, we have gone from 14 degrees Celsius weather to 31 degrees Celsius weather tomorrow. So quite fittingly for the season, today we're going to take a look at Blaze, which is the new support for Blademaster. So this is one of the decks that's definitely going to be very popular going into the next sets for you guys in Global. However, I'm also going to be showing off the list that is playable for you guys in Global, because once you get to set 8, it will change a little bit, because there is a Elemental, which essentially allows you to remove resist from your opponent's cards. So that card is going to be run starting from set 8, and you'll just make space for it, but for the time being I want to show you guys the deck without it, because of course you guys are only in set 7. So here is the deck. I can also change into the new Mamoru skin, because there is a event that happens for our mans. So here is the list that I've been running around with and finding quite a bit of success with as well. So quite a lot of old stuff, but there is quite a few new things that we've added in as well. Neo Flame, Stride Potters, Blademaster plus the Great plus the One Legend, those are all still the same here. But some of the new cards, we have a very reliable countercharger now for Kagero. He says Blaze, and the Blaze condition is at the beginning of each attack step, if you have more rearguards than your opponent, for that turn, this unit goes into the Blaze state. So essentially, the attack step happens every time a unit attacks, so right before you declare the attack, so when you tap on the card to make the attack. And so basically just check. So for example, if you attack into, let's say you have the same amount of rear guards, but then you pop one of your opponent's rears, and then it will check after that and then go into the Blaze state. So that's Blaze. And then he says once per turn, when your opponent's rear guard is retired by your card ability, if your Vanguard is a grade 3 graded Blademaster, for that turn this unit gets the following ability. Rearguard Circle, when you go into the Blaze state, you countercharge 1 and get plus 4k. So he's the 11k booster, which with our 11k attacker makes 22k columns, which means we hit over defensive, which is good. And on top of that, you also countercharge consistently with this, which is really nice. So I want to run 4 of it because it's really good. And then the one of, I think it's kind of flexible, I run the Makoraga because it gets plus 5k every time you retire something, so it gets pretty swole. That way we have consistent 11k boosters across the board, and this can get even bigger, so that's also very good. A couple new grade 2s here. We have the Nadim, so he says Blaze, and when he attacks the Vanguard on Rearguard Circle, if you're in the Blaze state, he gets plus 2k power. This works without GB1, by the way, but then on GB1, when his attack hits, you countercharge 1, so even more countercharge. But reliable 11k attacker, we always like that, so again, we can pair that up, make a 22k column, which is very good. And then the last new card is the Radiant Dragon. So Blaze and GB1 when placed, if your Vanguard is a grade 3 graded Blademaster, count +1, +1, and then choose an opponent's grade 1 or lower rearguard and retire it. He gets plus 2k power, and the effect that if you're in the Blaze state, he gets plus 2k for every one of your opponent's open rearguard circles. So this card is pretty good. You basically just want to be running it to make swole attacker that can get over your opponent's defensives, and this way we can push quite well and then finish the game off with the L'Express. So those are the most, basically all the new cards. You'll shift around the grade 2s a little bit when you get the Resist Elemental, because you can cut stuff like this. I like running 2 Burnout because you still have some kind of main phase retire outside of just your Blademasters this way. Or when you go into the L'Express, you can actually be able to use Blademaster plus that to retire both front rows and then swing in 3 times to the face while denying a heal trigger. And also, I'm showing up a G-Zone with 12 cards, but of course if you are still on 8, you'll basically cut 2 of the Root Flares and cut 2 of the Aces. But honestly, the Ace has been doing a lot of work for me lately, so I do quite like it. So now for the new card, for, Blademaster Taiten, if you have 4, play 4. I only have 3 and I don't really want to spend GR materials because there's a lot of stuff that I want to build in the Luart set, so I kind of want to save my stuff for that. And there's still some GRs I might want to make from set 8, so I'm kind of just holding off until I see what I pull from the pre-purchase GR packs. So for Blademaster Taiten, he has Blaze of course, and once per turn count +1, you can flip any unit face up and get 3 effects. The first one says, for each face-up Dragonic Blademaster Taiten in your G-Zone, you choose that many of your opponent's rearguards and retire them. And then, during this turn, if you retired an opponent's rearguard by another effect, you draw 1, and during this turn, you get the following ability. GB3, if you're in the Blaze state, get a crit. So this is your first stride, your second stride, it can be your third stride even, it's always going to be good. In my case, it's going to be just twice, because I'm going to go into it, Persona Flip, and then go into it again and flip the Harmonics usually. Harmonics I still run because sometimes there are Link Joker Mad Lads in ladder that I feel need to be checked. But if you do have 4 Blademaster Titans, you can just cut this one and just, run around with it like this. So the important thing to note about this effect is that the draw effect, you have to use a separate effect before you activate this to actually get the draw. This will not check afterwards if you draw something. So use Blademaster's on-stride effect first to pop something and then activate this in order to get the draw. I used to make that mistake a lot back when this card first released, so that's why I'm telling you guys that now. Aside from that, Root Flare is still really good to get over resists as well. The Ace has been doing a lot of work for me, honestly, because I run a Overlord hybrid with like the Greats and stuff. Like, being able to push your opponent from 2 to 5 by just swinging like rear and then like restanding with this twice and asking for like a heal guard or something by the end of it is pretty good because it sets up for your kill turn later on, which I think is quite good. So the Ace, if you have it, I would run it. If you don't, honestly, it's not that big of a deal either. But he basically says once per turn CB2, G Persona Blast on GB2. He loses the driving against the following ability. Once per turn at the end of the battle he attacked. You have to discard 2 cards, one of them being an Overlord, and then he restands, you draw 1 and he gets plus 5k. So he's just a good solid restander. And then finally our finisher that I think honestly, like, you can run 4 of this if you have 4 and cut 2 of the Root Flares because this is, it turns out, a really good finisher. So Nouvelle Express says GB2 when placed on Vanguard Circle combats 1 G Persona Blast and get the following 2 abilities. First one is when he attacks the Vanguard for that battle, when your opponent would PG, they have to essentially discard a grade 3 or greater, otherwise they cannot. And then if you are or your opponent is on 5 damage or more, then your opponent's trigger effects do not activate. So if they check a 6 damage heal, it will not happen. So very good card, honestly, it's a great finisher. I have 3 copies, and so I'm gonna wait to see if I randomly pull 1 more in the future. But it's a good finisher, so I do recommend using it quite a lot. So anyway, let's get into some games. It's a fun little deck. So I've been playing it a lot on ladder in general. I've been mostly playing like decks from this set a lot myself these days because I enjoy this, I enjoy Gurgwit, I've been learning DI as well, so it's been a fun little time. Gabriel's the only one I'm gonna kind of wait and see how the new support is in set 9 because the set 7 support really ain't that great. It just deck out central, so that's why we haven't really been playing it. So let's see. I think here we want to just go for a hard mulligan. We're going second, which is really good. We are might have to use the Strikeforce to search for a Blademaster here. We opened our Overlord, which is pretty good, so I'm not complaining about that. We're playing against Narukami, which does run resists at times, but as we've seen before, a lot of the people playing resists are cutting them out bit by bit, so that's also another thing to keep in mind. We draw into our Blademaster, so I think we can ride the Strikewater. I want to keep the counter charger in hand because that's going to be very useful, especially here, like, our stuff on the field will not remain very long because we're playing against Vanquisher probably, so gotta keep that in mind. So, let's just see how it goes. We get a draw on the first attack, our opponent whips a heal, which is also good for us. And then they're playing the big power-up starter too, so no Great Researcher. Hopefully they have the Blademaster then. Alright, what are they gonna ride into? Okay, another Desert Gunner. Like I've said this in the Vanquisher deck and fight, like a lot of people are running just like 8 Desert Gunners these days. Like it's honestly quite common. Also, yes, I have changed my like positioning of my camera, so now it's like more like my old angle. So I don't know if you guys like that or not, but I hope you do. I think we ride a Neoplane here, and we want to probably call out. Thing is, I'm overdrawing, and I don't want to. So I think we just call this out, go for a bit of early aggro. I want to use the Conroe here, but then that means I have to commit this already. But since we're getting first right, it should be fine. So let's do it. I'm gonna use this, search the PG. You still go for PG, it's like kind of the de facto choice here. Commit this, we don't get any extra power here. Even if I call down the 11k attacker, it will be like 18 so it doesn't hit over defensive. He doesn't see a defensive, so we're gonna swing with a 16 here and push our opponent to 3. They check a defensive crit, which is fine, they get an extra draw from it. Crits are a little bit scary, but honestly should be okay for us too. So next turn we're gonna basically go into Blademaster and use a skill, you know, to pop the opponent's front row, see if they're running resists. That is an Eradicator. Interesting. Okay. There's a Break Right among us. A Mogus. It's a heal. Pretty good. Alright, so we can go a little ham. We only have 1 CB, so gotta be a little bit careful, because this CC does not happen until we go into the battle phase. So essentially, we might have to give up on the Blademaster's CB here, or... So we have a couple choices. I want to go into Taiten anyway, to start having them face up. What we could do is go into Taiten and flip the Harmonics here and just not retire anything. But I feel like I kind of want to retire the grade 3 because it's a solo attacker that I could check. So I kind of want to do that. For now, we'll just go into Taiten, I guess, and think about it later. We lose out on the draw, which kind of sucks, but my hand is already full, so it's like, do I really mind losing the draw that much? I think it's fine even if we do. We get a Neoplane, that's kind of cool. I might want to pop the starter instead, to be honest. I think we give up on the Blademaster skill here, and then We're gonna do make a countercharger. Keep the remaining pieces in hand for now. We don't need to push too much. I think next turn we'll go into Taiten again. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Because also it's because of the matchup. So we're gonna flip this anyway. Retire the starter here. The starter's gonna get really swole, so that's kind of annoying for me. And just like that, very cool. So now our side color hits for, you know, a very nice 22. So we can swing Vanguard first and potentially heal out of this too. We get a draw, which is good. So again, I mean, the draw doesn't really matter in the end. Another countercharger, a grade 2, so that's fine. No heals, but it's okay. We can probably push our opponent to 4 here. So you can see a little flame on the Vanguard circle. That is the, like, the blaze icon. So that tells our opponents that we are bullshit blazing, as the kids say. Alright, so that's it for the turn. We push our opponent to 4, didn't get them to 5. They might push me to 5, which means I could express them next turn, but honestly, I don't think I'm going to do that. Not just yet, at least. We also need to check our opponent's grade 3, so far we've seen that they run a crit, and so that means they don't run the full 9 grade 3s, and then their backup grade 3 seems to be a break ride, which is interesting. They hard stride, which tells me they don't have a grade 3 discard for our good friend L'Express. So, that tells me I could probably go for Greedy L'Express turn here. Potentially. Let's see what they call down here. Because they dropped the grade 2 and then they dropped 2 grade 2s. Damn. Interesting. Alright. Oh, this is the Thunderstrike 2 guy that gets, like, big power, isn't it? Alright, so they commit a intercept. Okay, I'm not gonna go to 5, so I guess that turns off Express. They're going to 3 as well, so we're not gonna go for that kind of crazy push. We can instead go to Taiten again and just get the crit and, like, you know, pressure our opponent better. So I think that's good too. So yeah, this gets, for every card in your opponent's bind zone, plus 2k. That's gonna get really swole, isn't it? So for now, it's not that... Oh, it's only on place! Okay, never mind. You can see the Thunderstrike logo over there. Looks kind of cool. Alright, I think we just go into Taiten again here. And then we just pop something with Blademaster, pop something with Taiten, and then like threaten the crit and then push to 5, and then we just finish with L'Express next turn. Alright, Mr. Taiten, we are here to chill with you, my friend. We'll pop this. We'll get all of our CB back next turn anyway, but again, you have to be a little bit careful not to like overcommit your resources. That's like the only thing you have to really think about in this deck. Making good columns is hard here because we spent a CB, or like we spent a retire without this powering up, which is a bit unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. Alright, for now, let's just do this. It's not a full retires, it's a little bit annoying, but I want to draw, see what we draw into it. PG, which is good, I mean, I'm not complaining about that. We get some power, we have a crit here too, going into the battle. I'm thinking if I just call the Overlord here to make sure this actually hits later on, because I'm basically pushing my opponent by 1. So they could end on 16. How many triggers do I have left in deck? 6 in 16 cards. Thing is, grade 2s are gonna get popped anyway, so I might as well just call the Overlord here. And he doesn't need to be playing Resist, so I think it's actually safe. We're gonna go for this. So we're gonna swing in first to force out a PG here. Alright, nothing. That's cool. And then now if I get a trigger here, I can put it to the Vanguard to force out the PG for sure. So we're gonna do this, put it to the VG, and then... Alright, nothing else, but that's fine. We force out the Perfect Guard, and now we can push our opponent to 5 in order to make it so that they... Okay, them healing out isn't too bad either, because we still have 3 heals in our own deck, so that means I can actually check a defensive one and be fine. So if 3 PGs in the heal guard, I think I'm fine. Like, I can take 3 swings to face without really worrying about too much. They don't have Stride Fodder. Word? No Stride Fodder? Word? Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Well, technically they could have strid in, but they chose not to. They're just controlling my board a little bit. They are gonna push me to 5. They might push me to 5. It's not confirmed yet. Yeah, they checked the grade 3 there. That's gonna get heal guarded. Is this gonna go rear? Please don't go rear. Oh, he went face. Good. Do we Taiten though? I mean, do we L'Express? I'm thinking because my columns are fine, I suppose, with this guy. That's the nice thing about this guy. Like, you don't need to boost him. Your opponent just has an empty board. He swings for 21. It's pretty good. This is hard. Do we risk it? Thing is, if you hit the defensive, it's not very likely that he'll hit one, but... oh no, but if he does, it gets denied. But then I have to get a trigger in order to basically force out the PG. So I'm assuming it doesn't have a grade 3, so I'm gonna go for the Express. I think that's what gets us the win here. So let's go for it. I believe. I believe. Come on, boba drinking Mamoru. Drink that boba hard. Get us a dub. Get us the boba express dub. Alright. First we retire. Retire first, gamers. Very cool. Then we use this. Give you one flip. Very cool. Get the cool guard restrict. Very nice. And then we're gonna call you down. And you are gonna use your effect to pop the last grade 2 and get very swole. Never mind, you only pop grade 1s. I am an idiot. Alright, it's fine. We swing into this, and then we will swing rear first, because we can counter-charge, and that's important. Alright. Okay, cool. No defensive. The draw denied. That's important, and now we just need one trigger to force out this PG for sure. Good. One of my 3 heals actually came out. Thank you. Much appreciated. Make that the second one, too. This one gets denied, though, unfortunately. Alright, and a draw. I think this means they need to get double heal guard otherwise, too. Okay, they don't have it. We got it! This is the great thing about Express, is that I don't need to pray for my opponent to not hit a heal. Even if they hit a heal, we still got it, so... GG's. Very cool. Very cool. See? Damn, first time I see this win screen. First time I see this win screen. Alright, game number 2. Who are we gaming against? It's gonna be DI, okay. Damn. Will this be a Mongoose? Or is it gonna be good old Charrot? Charrot's actually pretty cool. I've been playing with it a little bit here and there. Ooh, really nice handle, though. We're going first. I'm gonna ditch the grade 1. I'm gonna put that back. I believe in opening up another Strike Fighter. Worst case, we use the freaking... no, we don't use the starter to search for it. Not in this hand. Okay, so running this starter. I've been really debating what starter to run for DI. I really like Enigmatic Assassin, though. Simply because you get to make really nice combos on the Charlotte strike turn. But I guess this one is also, like... It puts in a lot of work, because you actually set up your 10 soul on your first strike turn, which is like the most important thing. It's like 10 soul on first stride, and then 13 soul after that, and then just stay there. So that's kind of how the deck wants to work. So, runs bike, which makes sense. Like, you run Shara. I don't know if you have space for the bike, though, so that might be a bit of an unusual choice, let's say. Alright, they're gonna put the power to the Vanguard for whipping a heal. All my opponents whip heals, of course. That's just how it is. Alright. We get our Stride Potter, we get a Counter Charger, that's also very good. Then we can ride Neoflame here. The starter can be used here as well, although my hand is gonna look a little spicy. We could call down the Counter Charger already, simply because, you know. Why did you call it? Because. Thinking if I would just want to aggro here. I feel like I could get away with it, force them to call down more pieces, but then I don't have a retire next turn. So it would make more sense to like fight the to aggro next turn, and then retire the stuff they aggro back with. So I think we're gonna just go for this. Hopefully I don't check like a draw into a draw. It's always scary when like you have 7 cards in hand, you draw an offensive draw, and then you get a defensive draw, and it's like, well, I guess I'm overdrawing now. I guess that's just the fate of my existence. Okay, well, I'm glad I didn't push too much because this would have popped my intercept. See? I knew it. They're gonna use them on Ted. Oh, they played like the deck returner. That's interesting. We do get the defensive draw. See, I told you. I told you. Alright, gets a nothing. That's always nice. I like when my opponent gets a nothing. Alright, another counter charger. Good, 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 good. Alright, Blademaster. First things first. Boba Master. You do be drinking boba though. We don't have an Overlord for now. I'm thinking how I want to push here. Because I do want to push. I think DI does have some retire. We gotta be a little bit careful about that. Maybe we don't need to overpush. We can push the 5 next turn, I think, after popping the front row. Because DI doesn't have resist, I think? Pretty sure they don't have resist yet, at least. I think we can just pause here. Don't need to overdo it. We're gonna not aggro, we're gonna just counteract this. Push a little bit here. Another thingy goes down there, and a counter charger. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, one of the strikes does have an on-hit retire random. I think that's what it is. But let's see. I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong. Ooh, the Rancor with Charrot. I did not climb for this. The arts look really good, but I just did not have the motivation to climb at all recently. Like, I don't have ranked Gallop, I don't have ranked Charrot, I don't have ranked most things these days. Like Yasuye is on right now, and it's like I don't really care. So I don't know. Even when I did care, I was like enjoying my time here in Japan. It's like I'm having fun being out with people. Wait, this isn't the retire one, right? This is the on-hit draw. Yeah, yeah. It's an on-hit soul charge 2 and then draw. Potentially 2. So goes to 5 soul. This puts you to... Okay, uses the Jaeger bomb incoming. So the starter gets you 3 soul, essentially. Okay, so now that's on 8, and then on hit you get a 10. Okay, that's cool. As long as you're in 10, you're fine, basically. That's kind of where you want to be. So... But they didn't go into the double rare stride, which is, I think, the better one, to be honest. That one is, like, really, really threatening. Alright, Chariot. Not Chariot, that's the cartwheel. Whatever. I don't speak English. So, they're calling on the stride fodder. I guess they usually run 5-6 stride fodders in this. Okay, no CV, so they just have to, like, they just want to aggro me. They want to push me to 4. They're gonna swing rear first, though, so they're shutting down their own heals, which I personally hope my opponent sees a heal. That'd be kind of fuego, you know? Kind of fuego. Heal denial. I like it. There we go. That's as they say. That's fuego for sure. All right. Oh, damage checking PG. That's not cool. I only have 1 in hand. Yikesers. You do have a retire skill. I knew it. I knew it. Charlotte himself does it. What a Chad. My man just does it like that. What a god. Alright, we're just going to Taiten here. This is going to be a very basic Taiten turn. Nothing too, well, groundbreaking or anything along those lines. We're going to just pop both intercepts, and then pop the front, push to 5. You know how we do out here. Out here. Alright, we pop that. Make sure you call this always first, because otherwise it doesn't see you retiring. Alright, we commit a lot here, but I think it's fine. TBH. To be honest. We're gonna pop that, draw 1. Ooh, we draw a good card too. Not complaining about that whatsoever. So we're gonna do some counter charges. We can push with rears safely here, so it's 11, 22, 26, so it's like super good scaling. So even if they hit a defensive, it's like whatever. That's my opponent's 3rd heal, no? Oh no, they put a heal back with Charlotte's skill. Damn. How dare you cheat like that? Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. Alright, push to 4, counter charge everything, go in, and then this way, next turn we can try to end it. If I don't die, like I have 3 heal guards in the PG, and honestly, I could die. Like, Gilles Derre doesn't kill me because I have a Great 3 in hand, and that might be their 2nd stride, but they need 3 more soul. And this guy gets you 2, so that's like kind of the awkward thing, like when you get to 10 on 1st stride, you need another source of soul charging. So, that's kind of the annoying part, I guess. Striding into Gilles? Yeah, okay, it is Gilles. Gilles is probably your best bet, if you can get to the 13. So, you can soul charge 2 with the Charlotte still here, they're gonna do. What else do you have in the soul here? Okay, Librarian, yeah, Librarian gets you there, that's fine. Down to 7 cards in the deck though, we're gonna put back 2 at the end of the turn. Okay, yeah, I mean, Chariot also does the job. Chariot's a good vehicle. Good vehicle of mass destruction, that's for sure. If they heal here, it's gonna be pretty awkward, because then I'm no longer fine. Because this thing gets a crit, doesn't it? Yeah, it gets a crit. So here comes the guard restrict. My PG's gonna get cooked. Cooked, mate. Absolutely cooked. Draw. I wouldn't be too happy about that if I was my opponent. And a crit, goddamn, dude, calm down. Among Us crit? There is a crit Among Us? I don't believe it. I can't believe that there's a crit Among Us. Alright, pop my grid 1, of course you do. Why wouldn't you do that? So rude of you. Alright, I think we just go in with the L'Express. L-Express, you know how we do? I think that's probably the play. And then if we can draw into an attacker here, that'd be great. For some reason I have all my heals in hand, which is a interesting development. But, alas, it is still pleasant enough. So, we're gonna go with you, popping the intercept. Goodbye, intercept. It was nice knowing you. Ching! We're gonna activate this. Almost 1, flip 1. Do the thang. You know we do be doing thangs out here. I'm calling you. Doing this, use the skill. And then we basically just need to pray to hit any of our 3 remaining triggers in very few cards. I guess I could have searched Blademaster there. That could have been the play. But it's fine. I think it's fine. Do we just swing first with Vanguard? I'm thinking if we do. I think I'm gonna put triggers anyway on the grade 1. So here let's just force out the potentially last heal guard in my opponent's hand because the other one went back to deck. Come on, hit one of the draws, please, 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 please. Oh, they had it. Alright, we might be dead, because I also just played very risky by calling down the strike fodder. We might be dead now. Ah, crap. Alright, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. It's a little bit risky, but we risked it for the biscuit. And we still have plenty of cards in deck that might lead us to striding. We still have 3 draws, so we could hit. My Shard. Oh, this Shard's gonna freaking eat my front row. God damn it. He doesn't run Enigmatic Assassin at least, so that means I'm kind of safe. Can they just randomly deck out though? That's always my hope playing in DI, but I don't think that's gonna be the case today. Okay, so this Shard basically on attack puts your whole like front row. He basically has a guard restrict, and he also eats your front row and your opponent's front row. And then if you have an Enigmatic Assassin, that makes more attacks, but in this case that won't happen. Oh, with a grade 2 would have been nice to have there. Alright, so this grade 1 I'm gonna... Oh, not using skill? Wait, what? I guess he doesn't want to put his intercept away. I'm gonna just double heal guard that. Okay, I was gonna pop my rear. But the intercept literally did nothing. I was praying I would win me the game, but it did not, unfortunately. Oh my god, how did he do it? How does he do it like that? I think we just go for Taiten here. Just go for a case of Taiten because then we get 2 draws, right? So we can actually push out more cards, potentially. We have no counter charges, which is slightly annoying, unless we draw it off of this stride here. Which would be huge because then it's 11k attacker too. So there's hope. Ah, Blademaster! Not really what I wanted. NGL for real on a stack. But it's okay. Flip you, we pop both rears. And then we draw into something cool. That's something cool. You know what? That is something cool. You won't countercharge probably, but you'll do your best, that's for sure. Alright. Please win. Please winning. I'm begging. Alright, so they have only PGs left in hand, so I'm going to try to force out one with this first. Come on. Show me? Okay. And then you will not have one in the last attack. I'm betting. I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet. Draw into not a PG because it went to the bottom. Sag. Come on. And how do you have them every time? How do they do it? I don't believe it. 1 card in hand. Alright, come on. Surely no stride fodder, right? Oh my god, they have it. Oh, do they do it? Oh, okay. The Jaeger bomb incoming. Uh-oh. Another case of Charlotte. Good thing I have 2 heal guards, except I'm gonna have to use one of them against the rear guard, probably. Unless they don't have ways to make big attacks. Like, if they only have 1 rear swing and has to go into my rear, then I think we survive. But if they have 2 attackers, I'm dead. I think that's just how it's gonna be. Playing Zero is fun. You never know what that... Oh, don't draw cards, please. No. Please don't have an attacker. I beg you. No. Among Us. No. Dies of cringe. Dies of Among Us. Alright, well, unfortunately I don't have any heals in deck. So that means I'm dead. But you know what? This was a good game. Even if I died to Among Us, I think it was a good battle. It was a close game. Shake hands. Edgy Among Us gamers get the win today. That's deserved. Alright, good enough. Damn, you got a smartwatch. Good for him. Good for him. Alright, friends, foes, and family. That has been it for the Blademaster deck and fight. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was entertaining. Hope you got something out of it, because I sure did. I enjoyed playing this deck, and I hope you do too when it comes to Global in literally just a few days, in less than a week. So it's going to be quite exciting. Up next, we're going to take a look at Gallop, and then Charlotte, and then we're going to... No, sorry. Up next, we're going to look at Gurgwit, then Charlotte, then Gallop, because I think you'll get Gallop a little bit after the set comes out, so that way I can still cover the main features of the set before it comes out, because obviously that's pretty high. For set 8, there's really not going to be as much content, I think, because what did I even build from set 8? Like, updated Ultmal, updated Messiahs maybe, I only have 1 Flagulet, and then like updated Chronojet. That's what I'm working on the most. So look forward to that, I suppose. But otherwise, that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please give the video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you so much to all the YouTube channel members that come through and support the content as well. Other than that, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.